Has Gary Gensler been running a scam against us, the crypto industry, this entire time? You guys won't believe what was uncovered in the recent US Senate hearings. And if this one thing happens that we learned is on the table during this hearing, we could all see a major bullish upside for the crypto market. I'm talking about radical upside that you would not believe. Make sure you watch this entire video, guys, because I'm gonna tell you exactly what that is, what to look for, and how we can support this thing that needs to happen. The way that adoption comes is first they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. We have clearly been, for the past 2 years, in this they fight you stage, and they're blaming everything on crypto, which is not actually crypto. In fact, everything that they said in the Senate hearing that was anti-crypto was literally just talking about centralized businesses operating in the crypto industry. This was not about decentralized protocols. In fact, the only thing that they talked about that was decentralized was Ethereum. And Gensler was getting asked very directly, and I loved the pressure that was put on him to answer the freaking question.
Speaking to the tokens, there's 10 to 12,000. If there's a group of entrepreneurs in
I'm asking about one.
The public is anticipating a profit based on the...
I'm asking you a specific question, Chair Gensler. I said this in private. This should be no shock to you. I'm asking this question. Is Ether a commodity or a security?
And again, it depends on the facts and the law, and if there's a group of individuals...
I'm asking you about the facts and the law sitting in your seat and the judgment you are making.
Here, all we heard was the SEC being reckless, incompetent, and failing to make obvious legislation that people who wanted to operate within the United States or serve US customers could clearly operate within a scope of law. And then Gary was asked, do you think there is clarity on the regulatory framework around the crypto industry? And he said, yes, I think it's perfect, obvious clarity. No, the guy that comes back and responds, no, there's clearly not, because everybody's obviously confused by the lack of clarity, and all you're doing is sending out Wells notices to everybody, and you're scaring off all the innovation that is happening in America. And soon enough, you're gonna see the biggest tech companies who want to operate in America just leave. And what has been made clear in the Senate hearing was that the SEC is scaring away all the business, all the revenue. Everyone just wants to leave. In fact, we just saw Coinbase make an announcement saying that if we don't get clarity very, very soon, Coinbase is out, right? One of the biggest crypto companies, if not the biggest, in all of America, I think it is the biggest actually, is threatening to leave. At some point, it's not even worth it to operate within America because there's just too much issues, too much trouble, too much cost associated with it. So let's go back to the SEC hearing. Mr. Davidson came out and said, Gary, I am making a proposal to change the way the SEC is structured, to remove the chairman altogether. Instead, there would be an appointed director who would not be the tyrannical leader of the SEC, but more working under the entire committee.
Chairman Gensler, your record of failures to protect investors and abuses of power make it clear that we need to restructure the Securities and Exchange Commission. Former chairs of the SEC will be ineligible under my proposed bill. And this isn't just my take. It resonates across the political spectrum.
So there would be more equality and more voices in the SEC could be heard, so that there wasn't just one person making all the decisions from the top, which is very centralized. And obviously Gary Gensler, appointed by Joe Biden, who is literally just a puppet for the state and the deep state and all the corporations and the banks and people that do not, look, I don't like to get political. I think the entire US political system is rigged. And Gensler clearly, especially because he goes and talks about Algorand. And before he was all, Algorand is great. We could build decentralized Uber on top of Algorand and it's so great. And then he completely flips his tune and says, no, oh no, Algorand's a security. They should be fined and sued in the court of law, blah, blah, blah. Gensler, you are obviously just a puppet too. Let's please remove him. Everyone go and support Mr. Davidson. We want to get him fired. Gensler out. Everyone go to Twitter, scream, hashtag remove Gensler, and let's get this a-hole out of office, right? He's completely irrational. But if this happens, guys, we are looking at a massively different market, right? People in Congress clearly want clarity and regulatory guidelines, and I am a big proponent of self-regulation. I don't think that national regulation from different states are going to necessarily hugely stop a lot of the problems that we have in this space. They're not going to stop rug pulls. They're not going to stop scammers. They're not going to stop almost all the problems that we have in the space today, exploits and hacks and things like that. But what it will do is it will allow innovation to happen in America. Whoop-de-doo, big deal. That country's going down anyway, most likely. But there are a lot of people who are very brilliant that live there, that want to do business there and want to operate there. And also, there's a lot of enterprises and institutions that reside in America. They will not leave, and they're waiting for regulatory clarity to enter into the crypto market. Do you know how much capital will flow into the market the second that there is regulatory clarity about the ability to deploy capital into Bitcoin, deploy capital in Ether, deploy capital into the crypto market in general? Once these companies have the green light, it's game on, baby. Bitcoin to 1 million. What we are failing to recognize is a principles first approach to adoption in this industry. Let's not give praise to the centralized leaders posing around and dancing in their clown costumes and pretending that they don't care about money, driving Corollas to work in the morning. Let's not look at these people. Look at the people who are building great decentralized products in the ethos of crypto. We need to pay attention to this. You guys need to learn. I will teach you about that on this channel. I feel like I'm one of the only people who really talks about this very much. But it's critical that you understand these things so you know what to invest in, you know what to be looking for, and you understand the space. So here's your call to action. Ryan Selkis, I will leave the link down in the description below, his Twitter thread where he is forming some sort of committee or some sort of action plan to actually improve regulation within the states. I'll leave the link below. Go check that out. Make sure you follow what Ryan's doing. It's really impressive. And also stay tuned on this channel as we are working here at Master Ventures on some self-regulatory aspects that we will announce quite soon as well. I will catch you guys on the next one. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, leave a comment down below. I will leave a question for you in the comments too. Make sure you go check that out and answer the question. I'll check you guys in the next one. See ya.